Alright, welcome back to part 2 of restoring this knife. I'm not at the bench right now because it's loud over there charging up the air compressor, but we got a lot of stuff to do and not much time to do it. We have less than 4 hours max to get this knife done. I'd like to be done before that because there's a whole bunch of other stuff I need to do. So we're going to start with doing some finishing sanding on the belt. We're going to try to get it refined a little bit better, and then I'm going to use the bigger sander, try and get the scratch pattern going the other way to make it easier for hand sanding. Then we're going to go to hand sanding and then work on the handle, and then do some finish work on the handle, and then hopefully that'll be done. That's a lot of stuff to do in less than 4 hours, so let's go ahead and get it going. Off from last night, I got the profile I wanted ground into it. Now we're going to try and make the scratch pattern go the opposite way to make it easier for hand sanding with a finer grit belt. Hopefully I can get that to work. Process in knife making, which is hours of hand sanding. I need to get this up to at least 600 grit so I can do the next process with the blade. And right now it's at a probably pretty rough 120, so we got a lot of grit to go. We're drifting in the dark. Can we do better? Wish I could rewind back to the start. Can we do better than this? This orbital sander on here in your hike. Probably thinking, that's not how you're supposed to hand sand. Well, no, it's not, but since I'm so crunched on time, there's no way I can do it in that. But I've been using this, like 120, I'll fix that in a sec, that was a little mess up. But I've been using this sandpaper on this orbital sander. It like gives this really cool brushed finish texture. So I'm gonna try and just run this sandpaper, because it was like, I don't know, 220 maybe. I'm just gonna keep running it until it's where I think it's good enough, and then I'm just gonna cold blue it. And I think I got it pretty close. It's probably like a 400, maybe 500. I wouldn't say it's quite a 600 grit, but that's probably as close as I'm gonna get it. Like I said, I'm on a really tight time crunch to get this done. So I am about to start cold bluing this thing, which I have never done before. So wipe the blade down with some acetone and then just test this out. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. I think for now, I'm just gonna stick to the blade and probably on one side and then see Lovely fumes. And see if I like the results, and if so, then I will do the other side. If not, then this video is going to have to be delayed until next weekend, whenever I can get the time to actually fully hand sand this like you're supposed to. This stuff says it's corrosive, so that's fun. Danger, poison, oh, and corrosive. This will be fun. I'm gonna back you up just a hair out of safety's sake, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some gloves on. Saturated swab or sponge, allow to work 30 seconds. Rinse with cold water and wipe dry. How am I gonna rinse with cold water? I think I'm gonna rinse it in here. I'm gonna turn this off because I don't know if it creates fumes, and I don't want to put those poisonous fumes right back. Oh, this is some, honestly, like really light stuff. Oh, wow, just instant darken. That looks sick. Look at that. Okay, now that it's on there, so let it work for 30 seconds. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. I've never used this stuff before. Okay, I'm gonna say it's been close enough to 30 seconds. Down here and wipe this off. It's a little splotchy, but that's probably my fault. Okay. And it says wipe dry. I have a paper towel. Now, come up here. It says to hit it with some really fine steel wool, but I don't have any of that. So, I'm gonna hit it with like some 2000 grit sandpaper, and I'll go finer if I have to. Yeah, that just took all the color off. I mean, it darkened it, definitely. Well, I'm definitely gonna darken this again. Okay, and we're done. Okay, so we have now blued the blade probably as best as one can for having never done it before. But now we're gonna wipe it off, and it says to let it cure overnight before you mess around with it. So that's probably what I'm gonna do, which means next step, well, wish I had some steel wool, but I don't. It's a little splotchy, but it gives it kind of a interesting. I'm gonna see if I can find some steel wool. So never mind, I just found some steel wool. It might not be fine, very fine steel wool. I have no idea. I'm just gonna lightly hit the blade with it. Okay, so there's a couple scratches there, that's fine. Ever so lightly. Same thing with the back. That definitely evened the texture up a good bit. That looks much nicer now. Yeah, that looks nice. I can live with that. All right, on to the hand. All right, so it's about 7/8 wide by, say, 5. And I have 5 perfectly right there. So I think I'm gonna make a cut right here to try and trim this off. And then measure from here to here is probably gonna be my good chunk of wood that I want. I know the cuts are all over the place. I think I need to, oh yeah. The tension on that blade is nowhere where it needs to be. Oh well. The cuts were made, and I am within tolerance. Like I said, I cut, it needs like 7/8, and I cut them like 1 1/4 inches, so there's plenty of girth there. See, he got plenty of girth there. That's a pretty nice looking knife. It's starting to get what I want it to look like. I think I'm gonna call it here for tonight and for this video. We got a little bit of progress done. We got the blade hand sanded, we got it blued, and we got the scales cut out. So in the next video, I will be working on these scales, doing my secret touch to these scales, which I'm not gonna reveal yet. But I think if it turns out, I think it should turn out really well. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping for as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's not too boring. See you next time.